If you're in pain, if fear is around every corner, today's video is for you. I'm going to teach you today how to end your suffering now. If you are suffering, this video is going to give you the relief you've been looking for. And I see you because I've been exactly where you are, and I was able to change my experience of life and my life in general by letting go of certain things that's allowed me to end all suffering. Many of you come here because you're into manifestation, the law of attraction and all of these things. But what I want to tell you is we start to use them as a tool to try and control things. And when you realize there isn't that level of control in circumstance, then you realize all I have to do is I have an experience. It comes to me, I feel the feelings of it, and I can decide to let them pass through me, or I can decide to be hurt by it. That's how we end suffering today. I'm going to explain it in greater detail. If you like spirituality simplified, consider like, sharing, and subscribing to this channel here. And I'm going to go into depth today. So what is life in general? Life is a string of experiences. Now that's the first thing we have to realize. Life is happening and unfolding in front of us. And we have this option here, to either see it as that or to add so many preferences on top of it, emotional, energetic preferences of how we want it to go. Let me give you a small example. Let's say we're having a birthday and it starts to rain. And we say, why does it always rain on my birthday? The other days it was sunny, but today it's raining. Why me? Why? You see, in the moment there, it's just water falling from the sky. But our preference to want it to be a certain way actually causes us to suffer. Now, let me go a bit sideways on this. I'm not asking you not to intend. I know the law of attraction and the law of assumption are real. I know it from teaching it, living it, and experiencing it. But the biggest step for me on my journey to end all my suffering and give me the life that I've dreamed of was when I let go of control. I let go and learned to work with the emotions and energies in my body so that I did not suffer anymore. You see, I can't control my tire yesterday going flat. I can't control that. What have I done wrong? A law of attraction states that like attracts like. So what have I done wrong to make this experience happen? Sometimes experiences happen. How do I not know that that tire going flat was not for my greatest benefit? But I'm not here to discover that. You see, we're here to come down to this experience to learn how to handle life. You see, I was speaking to a client the other day who said, we have this hotel we own and I want to build something on the land, but I'm worried that, in 20 years, my daughter's going to sell and I'm going to have to move. And I was like, what is 20 years? How can we be concerned about something so far away? And she was beautifully open to that idea, and she's a great student, so I'm not taking away from her. She's an amazing student, but it was a good lesson for us both. I'm trying to control my life so much that I want to know what's going to happen in 20 years' time. But the truth of the matter is you do not know what's going to happen in the next hour. Now, you can intend and guide the ship of life with intention. But how and what happens to you along the way, you do not have that form of control to micromanage everything. But what's happened along our path and why we suffer is we've been taught certain characters to be. Like I'm not allowed to show my emotion. I've got to make this happen because then I'm safe. I've got to get this money, then I'm safe. Well, I'm going to tell you, working with millionaires, poor people, all people from all different walks of life, no circumstance that happens to you will ever make you happy. See, happiness and joy and peace and harmony, they're all attributes that are already inside of you. What happens though is that we get something happen in front of us, like an experience, like the girlfriend breaking up with us. And do not get me wrong, I do not want you to push away that emotion. See, that's what I feel like the law of attraction and manifestation sometimes teach. I've been broken up with. No, I must remain grateful and positive. No, Instead, you recognize that natural stirring in the body, but we have a choice in that moment. Do I let it stay stuck in my body now and keep ruminating and going in my body, or do I let it go? And see, I work with people who have had healings, manifested miracles and all these, and I teach them simply how to let go of the stuck stuff inside of them that makes their life so painful. I even noticed it myself this month. I wanted to control December because I'm having the Christmas break on the 18th. I wanted to control exactly what happened. I wanted to control what's going to happen in the new year with tax and all of these stuff. And it's so painful, but it's also so meaningless because it's like I haven't even got that situation in front of me yet to deal with it or handle it, you see. So we're often living in a future of fear and a pain of the past now. So we're worrying about 20 years' time, but we're also upset about what happened 20 years ago. And this is the point. We never get to access our full potential of energy, which is going to allow us to heal and create, because we're suffering so much of emotional shadows. They're not even truths. So what I want to tell you is the next time you walk down the street and something takes your attention, or someone wears something that stirs something inside of you, you say to yourself, is it anything to do with them, or is it to do with me? And I do love this concept because it blows my mind wide open to the divine truths that every situation in my life that's causing me pain is only because of my emotional preference towards it. So what is your emotional preference towards life? Do not get me wrong. Suffering with physical pains and other things like this, I do understand. I'm not taking away from what you're going through. But what I'm saying is the first step to healing is simply this. Accept where you are without judgment. Any emotional turmoil that comes up within you because of that situation, work to become the observer, relax behind it, and let it go. Life is going to be your greatest teacher with this, okay? Better than any meditation you ever do. Let it pass through. When your mother-in-law winds you up, if your mother says something at Thanksgiving and your dad says something at Christmas and it triggers you, it's like, that's your teacher right there. What a gift to have in front of you right now, to see what you're holding on to. You let it go. I have found, though, this is the magical point that sometimes the great surrender teachers forget to tell you. When you do surrender, you give space for God, who is just a giver and the gift, to come into your life and guide you lovingly, knowingly, and you become the sheep to God as your shepherd, and he will guide you towards pastures new, to wonderful new experiences. But it's your preference and wanting to control that keeps you in a small box in the pains of life, in everything not going your way. It's meaningless. Everything has a solution in the long run, you see. So one of my favorite stories is I live in Spain and it can get quite warm. My parents come and they say it's too hot, too hot. Too hot, and that's nothing against them, but it's like heat. What is that even about? So if you're struggling with something like the sun, I mean, the sun is a star in the sky 93 million miles away, and it's that hot that you can feel its heat. There's something interesting about that and something beautiful. So when the heat comes, do I need to have such an emotional preference for the good or the bad? So my point is when you start to let go of a preference, desire still is going to rise up, and you'll desire expansion because that's God's way of expressing through you. But it's the need to micromanage and control that is making you suffer. If you can accept the situation you're in now without judgment, don't keep trying to fight it, because what you resist is going to persist. It's gentle acceptance without judgment. They say some of the great people who changed lives, changed this world as singular people, like Martin Luther King or Gandhi, they were in tumultuous situations, but what they firstly did was accepted where they are without judgment, and then took some action from a place of peace and guidance to make a difference, and they're still spoken about today. You need to realize this. There is such power in acceptance and release of the emotional turmoil around a circumstance. No matter what you're facing, you can accept it without resistance. Then claim lovingly. God comes into this space, creating peace, harmony, and joy. This is what you want to be doing. I have to finish the video here now because I'm going to a client. I also want you to know that I'm looking for 5 to 10 people who are looking to change their life in 2026. If this is you now, get in touch before the new year because it's going to go wild. If you are ready to change your life and learn how to let go, heal, create, and manifest from a place of peace and surrender, this is for you. I'll see you there, guys.